Okay, guys, let's try to see how Nebosh risk assessment works. Let's try to revise again, and because end of the day, you have to make your risk assessment in Nebosh format, and you have to meet or exceed Nebosh expectations, which they have given in guideline as well as the checklist. So again, I'll start from background, yani the workplace you selected for risk assessment. It could be construction site, hospital, school, maintenance, whatsoever is your workplace. You can select it to make risk assessment for Nebosh. But there are minimum things which you need to consider, which you need to write while making risk assessment. So minimum things you can check from the checklist, what the Nebosh has given. Few examples are: you must write name of your organization and the location. If you miss, you did 100% perfect. If you miss location and name, you will not be passed. So name of company, location, the number of worker, shift pattern, type of activities, scope of your risk assessment. So these are few of minimum things. Name of company. Here Nebosh has given you a let's say choice. Either you can write any name, bogus name, but everything else should be factual. Should be your own work and practical work. Name of company, you can write the original name, ABC Construction, whatever name of your company, or you can just write ABC XYZ, a construction company, a manufacturing company, a this company, a that company. Location: Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, or wherever you are staying in the world. Number of workers, you can write like the company has 150 workers, includes 100 technicians, 30 supervisors, or whatever actual story you have. Shift patterns: 1 shift, 2 shift, 3 shifts, and what are the shift hours. Type of activities: the type of the business you are doing, your company is doing. The company is having a construction project, a tower construction G+5, let's say, and having several activities with reference to construction, block works, let's say temporary platforms, MEP works, finishing works, or whatsoever you have. And then scope of your risk assessment. Maybe you have just chosen storage area. You have just chosen from construction, you have just chosen, let's say, structure construction, or MEP works, or maintenance works, or so you need to give scope of your risk assessment. This all should be in 150 to 200 words, which means 5 to 6 lines. Yani name of company, location, and then you tell the way your company operates, and type of activities you have in company, and scope of your risk assessment. Easily you will reach 200 words or more than 150. Then the next is, you must give now a brief outline how you completed your risk assessment, approximately 200 words. Here you need to tell what procedure you referred. I'm just giving you a like checklist or example. You need to consider what procedure you referred: company risk assessment procedure, company safety management system, health and safety management system, HSE guidelines. I think it is 164 or maybe 163 or something. I shared in the group. ILO guidelines, and then you have gone to workplace inspections. You have spoken to technicians, laborers, supervisors to understand the activities. Then you have checked the existing controls and the hazard identified. Then you came back to office and did further risk assessment. So you need to give the methodology. How, from start till end, within 200 words, you need to tell how you completed this risk assessment. You have checked any previous risk assessments, you have checked any previous incident records, you have checked any safety data sheet, you have checked any manufacturer manuals, you have checked any other document of your company, your procedures, international guidelines, local guidelines. Okay, guys, there was some internet connection issues. Let me open again MS Word file. Okay, guys, can you see again? Guys, can you see the screen? All right, okay. So here, methodology you used to conduct risk assessment. What employees you consulted with? What documents you reviewed? What inspection of area you did, or what area you inspected? So this is what you need to consider in your methodology. The process of your risk assessment: identify hazard, identify who might be armed and how, existing controls, additional controls, and time scale and responsibilities. So now going to risk assessment itself. Last time we did this. So here, from 2 days work, let's take hazard category of load handling equipment. Load handling equipment is hazard category. What could be the hazard? Anybody? What could be hazard with crane, forklift, pallet trucks, or any other load handling equipment? Battery powered forklift truck, or you need to select anyone from your site or anyone from your experience. So let's take an example of a mobile crane. What could be hazard with mobile crane? This is hazard, fall of materials while lifting. Okay, so this hazard, fall of material while lifting, is from hazard category load handling equipment. There is another hazard, fall of material while working at height. If you are working at height, somebody fell from your hand on ground level, that is fall from material, but that is under work at height category. But this is load handling equipment. So fall of material while lifting, it could be a hazard from load handling equipment while lifting using a mobile crane. So this is your hazard category. Who might be harmed and how?
Workers.
Workers working in lifting area. How? Unbalanced. Unsecured load may fall on workers and cause fatal injuries. So this could be how, who might be armed and how. So what are you doing already? What are your existing controls? Let's imagine the scenario. You have a mobile crane. You will have a mobile crane. You have a lifting activity where mobile crane has to lift item from one place and put in another place. Material may fall down while lifting. Hazard. Workers in the lifting area can be harmed, and unbalanced or unsecured load may fall on worker and cause fatal injuries. Okay, so what are the existing controls in that area?
Not allowed to lift any materials uh, when the workers under the suspended load.
Workers are not allowed under suspended load. So how you can achieve this? Let's say restrict the area access. Okay, what else? Ensure mobile crane and third-party certified. What else? Okay. What other controls you can put? Based on your scenario, based on your location, the type of activities you are doing, you can put as many control as you can achieve. Additional controls. What additional control could be?
As you provide or barricade the area.
Okay, sorry. Here there is one correction. What are you doing already? Yani, what is already implemented? So here you need to change the hazard. Yani, the area is restricted for unauthorized access. Yani, restrict the area means you will do. Area is restricted, it means it is already happening. Yani, area is already restricted for unauthorized access. So area is barricaded or restricted for access. So this is showing that this is already there, barricaded and restricted. Okay. So here you can put this control in additional. Ensure mobile crane and lifting accessories are third-party certified. Time scale 1 week, let's say. And who is responsible? The lifting manager or project manager, let's say. Lifting supervisor, or let's say logistic supervisor, or crane supervisor, or crane manager, or project manager. You need to give responsibility to the person who is responsible for that system. Provide additional in-house training on safe lifting. This can be additional control. So when you can provide this training, maybe 1 month or 15 days for all the team who is involved in lifting, maybe safety trainer is responsible for this. So you can put as, it is always better, like you should have a balance between existing, already what you are doing, and additional controls, at least 50-50, or you should have already in place more controls, and additional controls should be less. So you need to give less data here, 1 week, 15 days. Then going further, when you identify 10, at least 10 different hurdles from 5 different categories, here you have action plan. Here you have like ensure third party certification, 1 week, lifting supervisor is responsible. In this section, you need to give arguments, like why third party certificate. You need to give arguments for legal, moral, and economic reasons. First of all, you need to tell that based on risk assessment, following are 3 top priority actions. So 1, 2, 3. Then out of whatever actions you have, whatever additional controls you have, what 3 actions you want as a top priority. Let's say you have chosen third-party certificate of machine cranes, lifting equipment. Then you need to give justification on moral, legal, and financial arguments, 500 to 700 words for all 3 actions. So let's say at least 170 words for single action. So for action number 1, or if you want to give all together for all 3 actions, moral reasons, like as per ILO, you can simply Google like how many incident happens because of lifting operations. You can get an idea, some surveys, like as per survey from this website, this much incident happened due to unsafe lifting. Therefore, it is moral responsibility, and it is duty of care of employer to make sure that lifting is managed in appropriate way. If it is not managed in appropriate way, it is not planned well, legal authorities may take action. And if the third-party certificates are not in place for crane, legal authority may take into action and put penalties, put improvement notice or probation notice on the employer, on the company, to improve the system or give penalties. And also, in case third-party certificates are not in place, it may lead to incidents, and incident can cause financial impacts. This is example of one action. Second action, let's say you put that we need to provide electrolyte for workers working in heat. Electrolyte is costing you, let's say, 5,000 reals. Morality, people will feel more moral values and more motivated because companies caring about them. Legal reasons, if you don't provide, Ministry of Health can come and check that workers are working in heat and they don't have enough precautions to prevent heat stress. And legal, economic reasons, if electrolyte is not provided, workers may get fainted, they may get heat stress, or further severe issues like heat stroke, and it may cost in medical premiums, direct costs, indirect costs, and so on. Similarly, for action number 3, from your top 3 actions. Once you did this, then you need to tell how effective each action is likely to controlling the risk. Yani once you implement the sections, how the risk will be controlled. Yani if you provided electrolyte solution, if you provided third-party certificate, how the risk will be controlled. Then you need to tell them, give them another justification that after having third-party certification for the crane, the lifting activity is will be more safely because there is an assurance that the machine is certified and third-party independently inspected. The lifting accessories, shackles, belts, or whatsoever you're using, it are certified to carry out this lift. So therefore, the lifting will be carried out safely. Similarly, for another example I have given, let's say heat stress, if workers are given electrolyte, it will increase the amount of fluid, amount of the water they will take, and it will increase, it will decrease their heat stress, and it will affect the dehydration of the worker, and worker will be dehydrated. Worker will be hydrated at workplace, and it will decrease the risk of heat stress or risk of any heat safety related issues. Similarly, here you need to provide those justifications. Going further again, now give a date of risk assessment review. That should be that should make sense. Yani, it's not like 10 years. So as per company procedure, the frequency of assessment review is 1 year. Therefore, the risk assessment will be reviewed. So today date is 22nd August 2020. 22nd August 2021. Guys, if you write 22nd August, if you write 23rd August, you will fail. 20 and 21 both are okay. Yani give exactly 1 year if you write 1 year. If you write 6 months, give date of exactly 6 months. If you just write August 2021 and no date, they will not pass you. So if you write 6 months, so exactly after 6 months, you need to give date like 21st August, September, October, November, December, January, February. So 6th February 2021, exactly 1 year. This is enough. No need any further detail. But please don't just copy what I have written. If everybody do the same, it may like use your own wording and your own method. You must indicate now how the risk findings will be communicated, including who need to be informed. So here you need to tell after your risk assessment whom you will communicate and how you will communicate. You can write after carrying out risk assessment. I shall communicate risk assessment first of all with project manager through email and office staff through email, and then the risk assessment shall be reviewed and will be reviewed with site staff through a toolbox talk where the hazards and the risk involved in the activity will be communicated with them, and the controls existing and what controls are required will also be communicated with them, so the risk assessment can be effective. Yani 100 words are 2 lines or 2.5 lines only. Then last is, again, you must now indicate how you will follow up on risk assessment to check the actions have been carried out. You have given actions. you have to do this. So how you will follow up? You can say, I will conduct meeting, I will conduct audit, I will conduct inspection, I will assign my subordinate, I will go to workplace and I will physically see. You can write anything which is confirming that you are checking the actions, you are tracking the actions, you are going behind the actions. So by this way, within 100 to 150 words, you need to tell them that how you are going to check that actions are implemented or not. Because if you simply say that I need third-party certificate and you come back to office and don't check, it means somebody will bring the crane without certification and they will do the lifting. So therefore, you need to follow up. You need to confirm that this action is carried out to close out. Yani, this is how in IG1 we discussed about action plans and how to close an action. So your action is to provide electrolyte. How you will check? You will check in the store. You will follow up with the store on a frequency of 2 days, 3 days. You will meet with the management to discuss how the actions are being carried out until the closure. Okay, so this is how you will complete your risk assessment. And that's it. Please refer back to here. Where is that? Here. I will share the last document with you again. That this is simple one-page checklist of 4 parts. Guys, in last training, last session, I told you that at least write part 1 and 2, and at least write 2 or 3 hazards from part 3. So here is a simple checklist. The description includes the name of organization, done, yes. Site location, done, yes. Number of workers employed, done, yes. General description includes production, services, whatever type of activities you are delivering, yes. Shift patterns, day, night, 1 shift, 2 shifts, 3 shifts, 5 shifts, single shift. Description of area to be included in risk assessment. Scope of risk assessment. I am doing risk assessment only for office activities. I am doing risk assessment only for construction of one villa. Whatsoever is your scope of work. Then methodology used, as I told you, whom you consulted with, how procedures you referred, how you inspected the workplace, how you speak to people. Then 10 hazards from 5 different categories. So Nebosh will simply go through just this checklist and write here meet, not meet. So 10 hazards, meet. You identify 10 hazards. You identify 12 or 13. Identify hazards from at least 5 different categories, meet. Each column of risk assessment table has been completed for each of the identified hazard, complete. Each column you need to complete. You wrote hazard, very good. Who might be harmed, very good. Existing control, very good. Additional control, very good. Time scale, very good. But you forget to write one column for one hazard, that who is responsible. You did not write, no pass. So all columns should be completed for each type of information. Priorities, 3 actions have been selected on the top. Justification include moral, legal, and economic. Yes. Likelihood and severity considered for each action. So this I did not discuss there. It is about what is the likelihood and severity, the risk level. Yani if you don't have a third-party certificate for crane, what is likelihood, what is the chance of incident, and what is severity? And if something fell down on ground, it will damage the material or it will damage the person. And the chances are more because you don't know that the crane you are using is certified. You don't know if our load indicators are working. You don't know if all safety parameters are working of crane. So you need to give likelihood and severity of only these 3 actions, not everything. Detail on how effective controlling the risk, as I told you, post implementation. Your crane is now third-party certified. How effective the control will be. How effective that hazard will be controlled. Then finally, review date given. Yes. Reason for review date given. So as reason, as per your company policy, the risk assessment should be reviewed every month. So the reason is as per company policy. You can write any reason for the review. Indicate how risk assessment will be communicated and whom it will be communicated to. You need to identify how it will be communicated. Meetings, notice board, trainings. Whom, the people, managers, supervisors, workers, and so on. And finally, how to check the identified action has been carried out or implemented. And that's it, guys. If you want to pass, please go through this checklist, please go through the guidance, and start writing it, because 8 September is last date when you should submit your complete risk assessment to institute. 8 September. 9 September, it will not be accepted. So 8 or before, you should complete your risk assessment, at least 10 hazards and whatever is required, and submit to institute. They will check that you have written everything, student number, name, and this kind of things, administrative things, and they will confirm you back that your risk assessment is accepted, and we are going to institute will upload on Nebosh website, Nebosh system or portal. So start writing it, start writing description, start writing hazards, because even chapter number 7, we can complete all risk assessment. There are 8 categories, and you can identify 10 hazards easily. That's it from my side today. If you have any question, please let me know. Any question from anyone, please? Muhammad, Ahmed, Ibrahim, Imad, Abdullah, Basil. Yep.
Regarding the time scale, this is a depend of you, or
this is depend on your perception, but don't give 1 year or don't give 5 months.
It's not possible. 1 year.
Yeah.
1 year, the project will be finished.
Yeah, so you need to give realistic time, and based on the things. If something needs planning, something needs resources, something needs big resources, then you can give 1 month. Let's say 2 months also. But and you can also give immediately. You can also give 1 day, 24 hours, 2 days, 3 days, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. But it should be realistic. And if you are telling that additional control is to put safety signages, 1 day, 2 days, that's it. If you want to say give training, okay, it needs some planning and arrangements, give 1 week. Read Nebosh guidelines, Nebosh simple risk assessment, and you will get an idea how they did it, and like how they given the action plan and the dates and the responsibilities. Any other question, please? Ahmed, Ibrahim, any other question? Muhammad, I don't know if it's Zulkarnain or Sharif. Any question? No question. So at least please unmute your mic and say no question.
No question.
Okay, so thank you for your time, and I will meet you again on next Friday. And it is disappointing that out of 15 people, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people joined for this training. Guys, you need to show dedication, be on time. It's only 2 Fridays, and when you will have this certification in your hand, you will feel proud. So give some time from your personal life and rest better for yourself. And if you have any question at any time, I am available. Call, WhatsApp, group, anywhere. Okay, thank you for joining, and see you next week.
Okay, thank you, Omar, and thank you, everyone.